And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the range. Find themselves. We're almost at game time. Welcome, everyone, to our 2K Sports Broadcast. Tonight's game also serving as part of the NBA Cup. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Craig Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Jason Tatum.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Let's check out Pittsburgh's starting lineup. They've got Antetokounmpo. Chris Paul is out there with Tracy McGrady. Then it's Neesmith. And it's Embiid in its center. And for Milwaukee, Brogdon out there with Colin Sexton. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 slot. This is the most wonderful time of the year. Christmas and the NBA. All wrapped up, Craig, into one beautiful package.
It is, partner. And as a player, it was always an honor to play in those Christmas Day games. And now it's an honor for us as announcers to call them. It's one of the best days on the NBA calendar.
The 3 from Tatum. Outside for Sexton. Holmgren with a screen on McGrady. The shot by Sexton, no good. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Pittsburgh. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Here's Brogdon after the made shot from... Joel Embiid.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. Now, Coach had nothing but respect when it came to Chris Paul. He said every aspiring young point guard should study CP3. He's an ideal floor general, a fierce competitor, and he always seems to make the right play. It's going to take a team effort defensively to slow down his impact. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. And here's Brogdon from the arc.
Boy, not the kind of start they wanted. Only 1 for 4 so far.
Now, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Doing it with style. McGrady punishing the D for giving him that kind of airspace.
Brogdon kicks to Sexton. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Outside, Tatum. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And it'll be Pittsburgh with their first time out of the game here. With some changes. Jock Landale's checked in for Joel Embiid, and it's Bruce Brown in for Paul. And Pittsburgh with the possession here. They trail by 1. Here's Giannis. The shot from the low post is good.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Tatum finds Wiggins. Bucks passing it around. The open look here for Sexton. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
Brown the pass to Antetokounmpo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
Pittsburgh shooting their first free throws of this.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
He misses the free throw.
And in terms of sheer athleticism, Giannis is impressive. His upside has everyone wondering just how far he can go in this league.
And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for Milwaukee. They're getting their first look at the season at Pittsburgh in this one.
And two teams at vastly different ends of the standings last year, but they played each other to a draw.
Now here's Sexton. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
And because of the combination of strength and blazing speed, Sexton can get to the line at a high rate.
Free throw good, Sexton. Greg Collins Sexton, still so young. He entered the league when he was just 19.
Yeah, drafted back in 2018. Sexton has a few years left in his 20s, so you expect him to continue to expand his game and improve on both ends.
Like the size McGrady has inside. Fantastic at kind of angling his body there for the interior shot.
Wiggins kicks to Brogdon. The three from Tatum. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Now McGrady. 23 points his last outing. Landale misses.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Wiggins passes to Brogdon. And here is Tatum. And the dunk by Tatum.
The athletic prowess of Tatum on full display. What a move to the bucket.
Brogdon against Brown. Pass to McGrady. All sorts of time. Rebounded by Tatum.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Holmgren with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Here's Tatum. Tatum with another miss. For Pittsburgh, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. McGrady kicks to Brown. They set the pick. Back to McGrady. They get the rebound. Over Sexton. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. McGrady's got 6.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Wiggins, and he was... able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. First quarter wrapping up here, and Clark, it's a tie ball game. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And we welcome you back to NBA action, a great tradition, Christmas Day basketball, here on 2K Sports. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Jaden Ivey is out there with Daniels. Then it's Walker, and it's Messi in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Daniels with it, defended by Paul. Here's Messi. Pittsburgh pulls it in. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
The first free throw is good.
And Paul is truly the prototypical point guard. He's got a high IQ, takes care of the ball, and he prioritizes setting up his teammates.
And the Bucks making a change here. Sims is checked in.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Sims. Pass to Ivey. Shoots over Brown. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Ivey's got his first points of the game.
Oh, how about the quick thinking by Ivey? I love when he goes right at it with the shot.
Paul outside. Embiid is at the elbow. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Pittsburgh.
You know, in the early going, they've been effective scoring in the mid-range, and if it's falling, I say stay with it.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint. And one thing I can tell you, physicality won't be an issue for Joel Embiid. It'll be interesting to see what other talents he can unlock in his game.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. About a look at the most recent power rankings. Very telling, even though, guys, we're just still in December. Taking a look at Chicago. They've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
And I think for Pittsburgh, they believe they can be more competitive than they've shown. It's still very early in the season, so the optimism for a successful run is still there.
Now, here's Walker. He has yet to score. Now, here's Ivey. 6 on the shot clock. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Pittsburgh leading by 5. Allen dishes to Embiid. The strength of Embiid on display.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
Daniels with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Pass to Ivey. Vanderbilt with the rebound. For Pittsburgh, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Paul kicks to Allen. Pittsburgh working the ball around. Kicks it out to Paul. Hits Brown on the wing. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Brown's got the lead up to 10 now for Pittsburgh. Here is Daniels, defended by Allen, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
So both teams making some changes here. Antetokounmpo, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now here's Tatum. He had 34 points in the win against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways. And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Now here's Tatum, following the miss by Giannis. Outside for Sexton. Drills it from outside. Now it's just a three-point Pittsburgh lead.
You know, the timing, the rhythm, I'm a big fan of when Sexton can just catch and shoot.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for the Bucks. Jock Landale's checked in for Pittsburgh. Chris Paul comes in for Brown. And so it's Paul bringing it up for Pittsburgh. They've led by as much as 10. Giannis against Sexton. It's Giannis pulling it down.
I love seeing Giannis use that athleticism. Fantastic there with the finish.
Brogdon the pass to Holmgren. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Here's the teardrop. Pittsburgh pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kept alive. Here's Landale. Lays it up and banks it in. Now it's a 7-point Pittsburgh lead.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Higgins outside. Holmgren wide open. No good with the triple.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Now, here's Neesmith. Still scoreless. Scooped up. At the elbow, Paul. Here's McGrady. Off target with his 3. And the first half is now in the books. Pittsburgh leads by 7. Got a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Doc. I heard you imploring your team, stick to the game plan and know your personnel. What's that mean?
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Your attention to the center court and get ready for the half court.
You gotta love All-Star Weekend, guys, especially when it comes to the three-point contest.
I think we should have a three-point contest right now. You and me, Shaq. Come on.
I don't even think you could beat Ernie.
Hey, easy.
And now let's discuss this game. Talk about a strong start for Pittsburgh.
One big reason they're up, they're controlling the glass, both boxing out and crashing in.
Yeah, you could tell rebounding was a point of emphasis for them coming into this game.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And Pittsburgh, looking at who they've got out there. Joel Embiid out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Tracy McGrady. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Nesmith in at the 3 spot. Now here's Tatum. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And let's now take a look at the NBA Cup standings as the group stage winds down.
And it gives us a pretty good idea of who we're going to see in the knockout phase. It's been a terrific competition so far. And I think it's only going to get better when we get into that single elimination scenario.
Pittsburgh leading by 9. Ball looking over the floor. Here's Embiid. Embiid with the power.
Boy, nice flex that time by the young center, Embiid. Really good job keeping his balance there.
Here's Brogdon. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Tracy McGrady on the wing. Embiid sets the pick for McGrady. To the left wing. Tatum against Embiid. And there's Pittsburgh with another bucket.
And when you talk about upside, Embiid's got it all. He can score from the post, face you up, rebound, protect the rim. He's further along than I thought he'd be.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
That's right, everybody. It's now time for your Bucks Breaker Crew.
And Pittsburgh with some changes. Jacques Landale comes in for Embiid, and it's Bruce Brown in for Chris Paul. Outside, Tatum wants to get it to Holmgren and does.
You want a high percentage take offensively, get it to Holmgren in that spot.
Pittsburgh leading by 9. Outside, Antetokounmpo. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Tatum. On the wing, Wiggins. The Bucks working the ball around. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Aaron Nesmith.
A decent free throw shooter is Wiggins, trying to become more than that, though, given how often he gets himself to the line.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Wiggins.
You know, it's interesting. Some people say Wiggins should play meaner, but to me the most important thing is that he improves his overall game every year.
He's off on the second. Pittsburgh leading by 8. McGrady outside.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, you just can't get anything to go out there.
Outside, Tatum. They get it back. Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Yeah, I mean, take that. Holmgren, he knows defenses want to rough him up a little bit, and he welcomes the challenge.
The Bucks shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Here's Brown. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. On the wing, Giannis. High, arcing shot. That one goes. Count it. Antetokounmpo's got 7.
You know, teams try to buffalo Giannis, but I tell you what, this kid is relentless.
Pass to Wiggins. Gets the bucket and the foul. It goes on Aaron Nesmith.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
The Bucks have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts. And some changes here for the Bucks. Jaden Ivey comes in for Colin Sexton. And Dyson Daniels subbed in for Brogdon. Free throw good, Wiggins. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Pittsburgh. They've led by as many as 11 points. Giannis left side. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. The Bucks second.
Yeah, both of these teams of late forcing turnovers and converting them into offense at the other end.
The first one falls.
He's a nightly triple-double threat, and I think Giannis is the most unguardable player in the game.
And Pittsburgh with some changes. Chris Boucher's checked in for Jock Landale. Vanderbilt comes in for Nesmith. And Grayson Allen subbed in for Tracy McGrady. Now here's Tatum. He's got 7. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Here's Tatum following the basket by Giannis. Tatum down low. Can't hit from in close. Driving in. Machetes his way. Giannis. He hits Brown with the drive. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Bucks trail by 8. Tatum kicks to Daniels. Holmgren with a screen on Brown. Back to Tatum. Over Vanderbilt. Tatum gets it inside.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh.
Please give up a big round of applause for your costume dancing.
Changing it up here. Pittsburgh leading by 6. Here's Brown. Pass to Vanderbilt. And again, it's Pittsburgh missing.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Walker dishes to Daniels. And here's Ivey. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
Too smooth from the mid-range. Defenders can't let Ivey get comfortable from there.
Here's Brown following the bucket by the Bucks. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
first one falls for him.
Bruce Brown is just one of those guys that can fill just about any role they need him to. Tremendous versatility.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Sims is checked in, and Brown drops them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Walker with a screen for Ivy. Outside, Walker. Back to Ivy. Pass to Walker. Shot clock at 5. Shoots it up. The shot by Ivy, no good.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And it's Pittsburgh with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession in this way. True team basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth for Daniels. And it's Stevens in at the power forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Driving to the basket. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh going with almost an entire new group here. Embiid, he's checked in for Chris Boucher. Giannis comes in for Vanderbilt. Tracy McGrady's checked in for Grayson Allen. And it's Paul in for Brown. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Pittsburgh's head coach talked to his team during that timeout. He said to them, that's the kind of effort we need to bring every night. We're right in this thing, but it's going to take sustained effort to close it out. Now let's bring it home. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And the basket by Embiid.
Good luck trying to get physical with Embiid. He can score through just about anybody in this league.
They set the pick. McGrady against Ivy. Walker with a clean look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Here's Stephens. Antetokounmpo defending. And out of bounds as Pittsburgh gains possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Thursday, then on Saturday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Portland Trail Blazers.
And for that game against the Hawks, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Here's McGrady. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. And now an 8-point Pittsburgh lead. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Outside Tatum. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. McGrady outside. Nice move. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Andrew Wiggins checked in for the Bucks. Sexton comes in for Jaden Ivey.
The size and skill McGrady brings to his position, really special. He's somebody you love to see play the game.
Holmgren with a screen on Paul. Here's Wiggins. Got a hand on it. McGrady against Tatum. Embiid sets the pick for Paul. There's a screen. A floater. That one goes in. And Pittsburgh leads by 13.
And Paul with the good touch on the floater. Guys, that's a difficult shot to make, that floater, but it's one of his many go-to shots.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Locked in the pass to Holmgren. To the paint. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Into the lane. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Pass to McGrady. Giannis a screen on Tatum. And that one's good. McGrady's got 10 points now just in this quarter. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Pittsburgh?
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
You know, something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
Tatum's shot is off.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Pittsburgh.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
We know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Giannis.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
A new lineup here for the Bucks. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
And you can see that quick twitch athleticism. Ivy is likely to spend a lot of time at the line in this league.
And that one falls for Ivy. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jaden Ivey gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved and prove he belongs here.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Free throw good. Giannis.
You really have to appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with, a beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him, an attitude of joy and unselfishness.
Here's Ivy. Pittsburgh pulls it in. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Back to Allen. Takes the three. Walker with the rebound. That'll be a 5-second call. So it's Pittsburgh picking up the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.